Hey guys, welcome to the Wrestling Escape Pod. I am joined by the Boston boy himself, Tommy Toy Travels. Tommy, how are you?
Daze, I'm doing well. I can't complain. It's another Tuesday. It's April 6th. It's WrestleMania week.
It is.
It's hype.
It is.
Now.
And you've got a shirt on as well.
Yeah. Unlike most of our audience.
Whoa. Hang on. Are you standing up?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Well, it is okay. First of all, the background looks like we're in a completely different place. You have put this where the bed was.
Yeah.
You've put this where the bed was. You've moved.
Yeah.
What, hang on. Where have you got? Have you got a new shelving system? What's happening?
No shelves. No shelves.
No shelves. Is this on the windowsill?
No, I have a desk.
Oh, so you've moved the desk?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the wardrobe that's got the futon in.
Yep.
Ah, this is amazing. That means that you've got a window just to your left, and you've also got a window if you turn your head right there as well.
Yep.
Tommy Toy Travel room layout fans, which is basically Austin, are loving this right now.
Yes. Yeah. I can see the chat. The chat's going crazy right now. They're so excited. They're so excited.
Yeah. They will be. They will be.
They will. Yeah. Because we're here. We're on. For those Apple Podcast listeners who don't understand, this is actually streaming live to the actual Wrestling Daze channel, not the Wrestling Escape Pod channel. So we're basically like Jake Paul right now when it comes to viewership. So we're doing awesome, man.
Yes. Well, and do you know what? This is, no word of a lie, the best you've ever looked. I don't mean that in regards to your attire. I mean the camera quality and just everything. It's clicking. Over here, things are clicking. So
we did it. We finally did it.
We did it. The reason we're over here is because I'm too lazy to do 3 separate streams. So I just sort of did an NWA one, but didn't really work out as an NWA one. Now, normally we would do the Wrestling Escape Pod. And then, of course, we've got the Hall of Fame straight after. So rather than do 3 separate streams, it just makes sense to just do one long stream. But as we said, we are recording this. It will go still up as a separate video for those that aren't able to watch along live. But this is our chance to impress some new people. This is our chance to try and convince people to... Yeah. Look at it. I'm in a suit as well. I've got a little shirt on and everything.
I know. We're very professional today.
Very professional. This is actually what it's always like over at the Wrestling Escape Pod. This is the kind of quality that you can expect over there. So
yeah, very much so.
Have you got Peacock? That sounded personal, didn't it? That sounded like sounded like a doctor.
I was like, what the hell, Daze? Keep it PG, yo.
Have you? No. Okay. So you're not going to be watching Hall of Fame tonight?
Not tonight.
Okay.
It's going to get a little dicey this weekend because I do want to watch WrestleMania, but I'll have to text all my friends and try and get a login or something.
Oh, okay. So I think it's only like £2.50 to sign up, for the first time.
Daze, I have no idea what £2.50 means.
Oh yeah,
I'm from the United States, so
it's only 2 shillings. It's only 2 shillings and a threepence. That's all it is. It's $2.50. So there we go. That's the new rapper. That's the latest rapper. The latest rapper. I love his music. $2.50. Yeah, big tunes.
Yeah. Well,
so have you? Go on.
I'm not a heavy roller like that.
No, big dollar.
No.
Big dollar. So have you seen everyone that's going in?
Into the Hall of Fame?
Yes, we probably should talk about it.
Yeah. I saw a couple. I saw some of the big names.
I saw you was very excited about one name in particular.
Yeah.
Do you want to share with our audience who you're pumped for?
Ozzy Osbourne, baby.
Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy going in. Now, it's funny, actually, because we were just talking about Ozzy on the NWA stream. How do you feel about him going in? Do you think, like, it's deserved? Because he made, like, one appearance at WrestleMania 2 where he was just outside the ring as the Bulldogs were having a match. And I think he did, like, a musical performance, like, in 07 or something. That's it. I don't know that he deserves to go in, but then I don't really understand the celebrity wing anyway.
Yeah. I'm of the mind where if they get him to play a song, like Crazy Train or something, it's worth it. If they don't, then I'm questioning the validity of this Hall of Fame.
He is actually not going to be playing. He's just sent in a video message.
So he's doing basically the same thing I'm doing right now.
Exactly the same thing.
Daze, I am protesting the Hall of Fame this year. I'm not watching it because I want Crazy Train or War Pigs.
Right. So this has now turned into a protest. It's got nothing to do with the $2.50.
No, I am protesting. I deserve to see Ozzy Osbourne on Peacock.
That is
performing
true.
A song.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, a lot of people might not know this, but you were a big supporter of Primo. She's got your girl goes in tonight.
I'm ecstatic. She's finally getting that big recognition. I was shouting her to the hills and no one was listening, and they finally are.
Yeah.
And it's about darn time.
She better mention you. You did more for her career than anyone.
If I don't get a show. Okay, you want to hear something?
Please.
Do you know where she and Daniel Bryan had their first date?
No.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Really? And for those that don't know, that is exactly where Tommy is based right now.
Yeah.
I heard Bruce Pritchard the other day, who has been with WWE for a long time, on and off, but he's been around since like the late 80s. He was Brother Love, actually. But he said, someone asked him the question, where is the worst place that you had to go to when you was like going all around the world, all around the country with WWE? And he said Boston. Oh. He said Boston. But the reason he said Boston isn't because it's an awful place or anything. He said it's just constant roadworks, things being built, traffic jams, congestion. It was like they are always building something new in Boston, and it's just a nightmare to get around. Is that true? Please respond.
Daze, let me tell you this. You can't build Rome in a day, and to innovate, you need to be building.
Yes. So is that what you lot are doing right now? Are you basically
That's why we're New England and you're just England.
Right. In my mind, that you lot are just running around in Boston like characters out of Minecraft. Just like hammering away and just like building loads of structures everywhere.
Very much so. Can't stop.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. What's the coolest thing about Boston? I always like to talk to Tommy about like America and Boston because obviously I'm sat here in the UK, so he gets to give me an insight into what it's like in this different world, in this New England.
Yeah, a lot of people might say a few things. Certainly, there's a lot of history, a lot of lore breaking away from England started in Boston, but I think what people really like to talk about when it comes to Boston and Massachusetts is Savers.
Oh!
The thrift store, yeah. I'd say that's
Savers!
What it is.
Yeah! The picture is there. Savers.
Yes.
This shop gets mentioned so often that I actually have a picture on standby, whereby if I ever need to use it, it's right there to bring up. We don't have it in the UK, but apparently this is where Tommy does all his shopping. Like, if ever you speak to Tommy about where he got, like, I bet that's where the futon came from as well, isn't it?
I do not want to confirm that nor deny it.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. So, the Savers, I was pleased that we had that on standby, the old Savers picture.
Yeah.
And you've promised to do a toy hunt around Savers as well, haven't you, when the pandemic shifts?
That'll happen before the summer of Tommy 2021.
So, can you tell me, why have we moved location? What is happening where the desk was for Tommy Toy Travel Room fans?
Yes. So I got rid of, and I do want to. This all connects to the Hall of Fame, because the Hall of Fame is all about moving things around and changing things, because they had to do that this year. So because they had to move last year and put it to this year, combining a lot of things. So I once read this article about a lot of times when people make their places, they do it based on ideas of how they see themselves in the future doing things, but they don't actually end up doing that. So they just get a lot of waste and stuff that they don't actually need. So I realized I need to design it in a place where it's functional and things I like. So that's why I got rid of my bed, because you don't need a bed, you just have a floor. And also I got a projector that projects on the wall so I can watch WrestleMania in
Have
movie.
you?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You've gone and bought a projector that will project WrestleMania onto your white wall?
Yes.
Have you took the dog picture down? Because that will get in the way.
No, the dog's still there. The dog is still there. Yeah.
Tommy's actually on that wall got a picture of a dog that he showed us the other week, which I would suggest taking down. It's going to get in the way of WrestleMania. It'll work during Roman's match, though.
Yeah. He's the big dog.
He is the big dog. That's really cool. So have you actually bought the projector?
Yeah.
Can you show it us, or is it attached to like the ceiling? Oh, guys, look at this. Projector fans, get ready. Get ready.
Projector reveal.
Oh, look at the size of it.
It's massive,
it's an Epson as well. Oh, that is a quality projector.
Only
the size of that. So you are legitimately going to be, for someone that doesn't even have Peacock, for someone that's not even watching the Hall of Fame. Do you know, I mean, like, honestly, I'm going to be watching it on like a 14-inch laptop WrestleMania, and you're going to be there projecting it onto a wall. Oh, I'm proper gel. What screen size can you get with that?
Right now I'm working with a 100-inch.
Well, I have heard that about you, yes.
Daze, I thought we were keeping it PG.
Sorry, yes, we are keeping it PG. Because, we're trying to impress people here. This is the biggest audience we've ever had.
Yeah.
If anyone's still around. I don't even know if people are still around, in all fairness. So 100-inch screen is based. What's the definition like? Is it good?
A 1080p.
Oh my god! So it's full. It's full HD as well.
Yeah, it's not 4K. I don't have that type of money, but
you should sell tickets. If there's anyone in the Boston area, honestly, get the futon out, mate. Get the futon out. People can sit on the futon. You can honestly make a killing. Imagine that, selling tickets. Right now, Austin is already on his way. Right now, Austin is running down the road like ah!
Yeah, he's gonna show up.
Imagine that. Tommy go round to Tommy's house to watch WrestleMania on a projected on the projected wall. Oh my god, you'd make a killing. Yeah. You'd make a killing. Is this the first time that you've done that, or is this something you've done before?
My friends, my real legit friends, they love projectors, and they were all into old school CRT projectors and like hooking up old school VHS players and stuff and just projecting that. And so they would always have them, but they would always, you saw the size of that. You saw the size of that projector. Beefy. Times that by like 4 or 5 and make it 100, 200 pounds. That's the type of projectors they had. So I was not touching that at all. But you can get one that's small. So I got one that's small.
What's the RRP on that?
You
I feel,
just
like
said
this is,
words
I
that-
feel like this is QVC now. I feel like we should have these projectors to sell, but
What is that? Refresh rate per pixel?
no recommended retail price.
Okay, so
The old RRP.
Yeah, in America, the term is MSRP.
MSRP. Oh God, what does that stand for?
Suggested retail price. This is quality Hall of Fame
Oh yeah,
discussion.
true. Yeah. Well, I don't care about who's watching. I'll quite happily say that on any channel that I'm on.
I got it refurbed, but new. Let me do the dumb math.
Yeah, we're just going to put this on hold. Guys, we're just putting this on hold for a second whilst we're working out how much this projector actually retails for. Projector fans out there are loving this.
Okay, what is a pound sterling the same thing as a pound?
Yeah. Well, it depends. There's an extra pound could be a pound of weight.
Okay. Well, it's RRP is about.
RRP.
Oh my gosh, I messed it up. 600.
That's
Pound sterling pound.
that's very good.
Okay.
I mean, that's very good. That's about the same price as like a really good 40, 50 inch, something like that. I mean, once you get to like £1,000, you get into like probably a 50 inch for £1,000. So you're getting a projector that can do full HD, 100 inch picture size for £600.
Yeah.
Right now, I can tell you, people are ripping their TVs off the wall. They're
Throwing out the beds.
There is mass panic right now on this channel as everyone's like, "Did you hear that? We could get 100 each." But as those checks come through from Biden,
Yes.
the stimulus checks, have they all dropped it? Is this why you got it? Is this why you bought it? Did you buy it with the staff?
Of course.
Worked you out, haven't I? I've worked you out.
What other money would I use?
Tommy's used his stimulus package. He's gone, "Do you know what? Right? I really want this projector. We don't need this bed. This bed's going to get in the way, so we'll get rid of the bed. That'll buy a bit of room. We'll have a futon. It could live in the wardrobe, but then I could project onto the wall. Ready for WrestleMania." Oh, you genius.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's a great idea. People in the chat right now, I know this is not Hall of Fame. We will get there. This is normally how it goes. We like to ease into that conversation, but let us know if you've received your stimulus check. What did you spend it on? Or maybe you haven't. Perhaps you're thinking, what am I going to spend it on? And maybe a projector is right for you. I can't say.
Yeah.
So
I'm seeing people talking about their TV inches. A lot of bragging. Someone's saying 72.
is there a lot of Leo says I've got an 80 inch. Well, C said I've got a 72 inch. Jim said I just had a thought earlier. What if Bad Bunny will be in 2K22? Are you a Bad Bunny fan?
I've never listened.
Have you ever heard of him at all?
Of him? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd never heard of him. I didn't have a clue who he was.
Well, pre-WWE.
Yeah.
No idea.
Oh, you've only heard of him because of WWE.
Yes.
Got you. What, other than WrestleMania, what are you looking to project? Is there something you're like, I can't wait to see this?
Well, with cinema, I love going to the cinema, to the movies. So with
now
COVID,
you brought a cinema home.
Yeah, and this is like the one thing I missed. So I have it here. But there's nothing in particular that I'm like, yo, I need to watch this. But everything that I do put on it's cool.
Now, my understanding is stimulus check was around, was it 1,000, 1.5?
1,400.
1,400. Okay, so Tommy has spent 600 of the 1,400, right? Math fans out there, that means Tommy has still got $800. So I'm thinking popcorn machine, right? And maybe like a red chair that can like flip, you know, like a proper cinema chair that you can like properly, and you could put that right in the middle, popcorn machine next to it, projecting onto your wall, and you can have, if you miss the cinema, proper cinema experience.
Okay, so I know we said we're gonna keep it PG, but could you imagine, a beautiful, nice date, bringing a woman home after the date, and she notices no bed, she notices a popcorn machine, a singular chair in the middle of the room. I don't know if that's gonna go over well, Daze. I think that's like major creep factor.
That is true, actually, thinking about it. But in all fairness, I'm sorry, if you bring a girl back and you have to spend 5 minutes getting the futon out of the wardrobe anyway, I'm not sure you're off to a flying start anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of people out there going, what's a futon? We've covered this. You should have been at last week's episode. But it's basically just a mattress that goes on the floor and lives in Tommy's. Literally, it's right behind him right now. So, right in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. What are people saying in regards to what they want to spend their stimulus packages on?
Austin said he bought some binoculars.
Oh, I bet he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. Jay said, I spent my stimulus check on new Apple headphones and figures. Good choices. No stimulus check for me. I'm in Canada. But if Biden wants to send me one, I'll happily accept, says Jim Gore. Vape Ross Vape said, I spent mine on super chats and women. You legend. Super chats and women, my two favorite things. John, I got it and I pay bills with it, says John. Sean Reset said, no stimulus check yet. What did you say, Monica?
Monica said mostly on furniture. Monica, can we confirm, was there a futon in that furniture?
Yeah, I'm sure there was. Monica's a new member of this community. Recently joined us, Tommy. She actually we did have a Monica before, but she seemed to go away for a couple of months, and now this Monica's emerged now. So,
so Burger Monica's gone.
Well, you would know that better than me. That won't make sense to 90% of the people watching. But Tommy did actually have a meal with one of our community members, and things got a little bit spicy, didn't they? Things got a little bit heated.
Yeah, but then you started getting all tantric with your mic, and she left me in lickety split.
Yeah, well, I have heard that's one of your dating techniques, the old lickety split. But yeah, I know. Well, the opportunity presented itself.
So, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame! Hall of Fame, yes! Okay, so Hall of Fame. I am personally very, very excited at the British Bulldog going in. Very, very excited at the British Bulldog going in. I think it's long overdue. We were talking about this earlier. I'm really looking forward to... Obviously, he's not there, but his son... is obviously going to be accepting on his behalf, as is his daughter. And she's been putting out lots of images. She's been super excited, very vocal. She's been doing a lot of interviews and things like that. I haven't seen David Boy Smith Jr. doing as much, David Hart Smith, sorry, doing as much press coverage. But she's been doing quite a bit of stuff. And I think this is quite a big deal for... it should be a bigger deal for the UK, because he was certainly the one and only name that I saw as I was growing up from the UK. Dynamite Kid was a bit before my time, so I never saw Dynamite. And around that kind of early 90s time when he was solo, there wasn't anyone else from the UK. And obviously we would get William Regal join much later, but he was really a big connection for me. Sitting here in the UK, a little island just off Europe, for those of you that don't know, America seems a long way away, and to see someone over there doing it from this island meant a lot. And I'm sure it means a lot for people that like represent Boston or people that represent the different states, or I'm sure that like people that represent Australia and all these different countries, I'm sure they feel that way as well. So Davey meant a lot, and he meant a lot to me as I was growing up. He was absolutely one of my favorites. I have no idea why he's not gone into the Hall of Fame before tonight, but that is going to be a moment, man, to see him getting that recognition. He is a wrestler that I was aware of from the moment I started watching WWE, from like the very beginning. So to see him go in is going to be a big deal. Do you feel that way about Brie?
Yeah. I just want to, I know we talked about that, so I don't want to harp on Brie all podcast. I could, but is it confirmed that Khali is making a 5-minute speech?
Khali, I believe, is going to be there. The only 2 speeches I heard that were pre-recorded were Ozzy and Jushin. So I think that Khali is actually going to be there in person. He has to make a 5-minute speech. This thing is pre-recorded and edited. So even if he goes over, and I heard that some had, it will be edited down.
Okay. Because that's 5 minutes I'm very interested in seeing.
Yeah, that is going to be... Yeah, you're right. That is going to be an interesting 5 minutes. Ozzy's is going to be an interesting 5 minutes as well. Yeah. Might not even understand what he's saying.
RVD too. Man, they really shot themselves in the foot with the 2021 speeches. Those are going to be so out of left field.
I do like the fact there's no one inducting them. I don't know if you heard that there was no one inducting them, but I do like that because it gives them more time to talk. Because I think part of the problem is they've got so many stories and so many things to talk about that to have someone inducting them as well is going to eat into the time they do have. Each person gets, I think, 5 to 10 minutes, but it's probably more closer to 5. Obviously, we're trying to put in 2 classes this year. So hopefully a normal year where it's just one class, they would get longer than, what they're going to get tonight. So I feel sorry for everyone that's going in tonight that's just really not going to get the time they normally would. I personally would have done just one class rather than trying to cram in 2. But, it is what it is.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it goes back to them getting more time next year. But honestly, I wouldn't bring back the inductors. I would still leave it as video package, and Jerry Lawler just introduces them and that's it, and out they come. Because I don't feel like the inductors add all that much anyway.
No. I do want to say, Go and Go said, I'm happy to see Titus going in because of all the charity work he does. Yeah. That kind of stuff flies under the radar most of the time. I agree.
Yeah.
I know I'm a big fan of the Warrior Award. I love the idea of giving it to the unsung heroes of WWE.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of strayed from that by just giving it to not people totally connected to the WWE. But it's really cool that the 2 people this year are Titus for his charity work, which is incredible, but also Rich Herring, who I think that it was originally going to be for like the super unsung behind the scenes heroes of WWE. And I love that because I'm kind of an alum of a stage crew back in high school theater. And there are a lot of people behind the scenes who make this stuff work. So it's great to see them get the recognition because until today, I had no idea who Rich Herring was. And he's been with the company so long. So it's really great to see him get that push. And it's also great for Titus because Titus might not always be on the top of the card, but he's killing it when it comes to charity work and using his brand for awareness.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that there was initial disappointment when Rich was announced. It only got announced earlier today. And I think there was initial disappointment because everyone wanted Shad. Because Shad obviously passed away last year as he tried to save his son. Both of them were out in the sea. And the final thing that Shad did was grab his kid and try and throw him, back to safety. And he did save his son's life. But obviously, Shad couldn't be saved, and we lost Shad. But for that heroic act of him saving his son in his final moments. I think wrestling fans wanted him to be honored in any way that we could do that. And it felt like this was a no-brainer. So for them to give it to Rich, it's difficult because this guy, as you said, deserves it. Is an unsung hero. It's what the award is all about. It's really difficult because I feel for Rich because he deserves it. We should be just throwing praise at him. It's great to hear you do that. But I know that people are like, why is it not Shad? And that's a bit moody, isn't it? It's a bit moody that this guy's being honored in this way, and wrestling fans are like, why is it not this guy instead? So I don't know. I've got to be careful with that because I also agree. Why isn't it Shad? I mean, why is
I didn't even think of that, but yeah. Austin 316 says maybe they'll induct Shad when there are fans. That would be better. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That would be a really nice. But well, maybe the fans often ruin the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they do actually. They do. I think they sometimes they can add to it as well. There's nice moments when they come out and having. I think when the person comes out and they're getting chanted at and like they're smiling and taking it in, and it's like they're maybe they're a little bit older and they haven't been in front of fans for a while, and it's just a nice moment for them to be in front of fans and to get that warmth, to get that recognition. But the problem with the fans are they don't know when to stop. So as the speeches are going on, they're jumping in with stuff and not heckling, but certainly interrupting at times. And yeah, I do agree. I do agree that they can get in the way, but I do think they provide something as well. But I think that's a great point. Was that Austin, was it?
Yeah,
yeah. That's a great point that, yeah, maybe we are waiting for fans. I wonder, though, should we have announced him for next year now? Is it a bit too much of a distraction that he's not going in this year? Could it be that an announcement was like, Shad gets the Warrior Award for 2022 and, see you at Texas kind of a thing? Because I don't know that that's a big surprise, a big talking point that is like a problem to spoil. But I think it might have just satisfied people for tonight.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm totally disconnected from the online wrestling community and everything like that. So I had no idea there was an uproar for Shad. Like, yeah, Shad should get it. I don't like he will. I'm assuming get it in the future because why wouldn't he? If he doesn't, that's just really dumb.
Yeah.
When was Titus announced? Wasn't Titus announced recently? Too?
Yeah, I think it was like yesterday, maybe. Yesterday.
So either of those could have been Shad.
That was the reaction yesterday, though. The thing was, people were getting in touch with me saying it should have been Shad when it was Titus going in. And I was like, yeah, but they've actually announced Titus for 2020. So I'm sure Shad will be 2021. So it's like, don't worry about Titus. He deserves it.
Right. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you. Go for it.
They want to give the award to his wife, his kid, but they don't want to make them travel during a pandemic.
Yeah. Fair.
Both Titus and Rich are there because they both work for the company.
Yeah, good point. You and Austin are on fire. You and Austin are making some great points tonight. No, that's fair. Yeah, maybe they don't want him to travel. Maybe they do want there to be fans that are going to be chanting his name. And I can see both points. I think are great points. I do go back to what I said earlier, though, of if I'm WWE, I surely am seeing what's being said on social media, and I'm aware that the fans want Shad to be honored in this way. Is it maybe not the worst decision to announce that he gets it next year when there will be fans around and the family can properly travel and things like that? So I don't know. I really would have been tempted to have announced it early and just said he'll go in next year. Because we already know about Batista next year. Batista was meant to go in.
Oh, really?
Year. Yeah, well, Batista was meant to go in.
But he was like, can't do it, bros.
Yeah, well.
Busy watching WrestleMania.
No, it makes a lot of sense now. I think Batista said he doesn't want to go in without fans.
Okay.
And that makes sense. So he's kind of said, no, I won't go in this year if that's all right with you. I'd rather do it with fans. And so they're putting him in next year. So we know Batista is still going in. He's just not going in as part of this class because of the lack of fans, is what I heard. So,
all right.
Right, let's try and jump into the chat for a moment. I saw Malachi Giles. Shout out to you, my friend. You should have put a little comment on there, buddy. I would have read that out for you. I think you fired it in a few times by the looks of it. So really appreciate that. Going Ghost said, I'm happy to see Titus going in because of all the charity work he does. That kind of stuff flies under the radar. I think you read that out earlier, didn't you? And guys, I want you to know that these super chats will be getting split with Tommy. I don't want you to think that I'm pocketing all of these for myself. Tommy will be seeing that sweet dollar.
Get a stimulus check though, so I don't know if I need it right now.
Well, of course you do. This popcorn machine isn't buying itself.
this singular chair in the middle of my room is not
that single chair in the middle of the room for when you bring a young lady back. You're going to need extra money to get 2 chairs.
I don't know if 2 chairs will fit.
Oh, unless you walk into the room, sit in the chair, and then just tap your lap like that. Oh, where do I sit? Right here.
You coming over? Oh, I thought you meant like you were going to come over to watch WrestleMania this weekend on my 100-inch screen.
Hey, I tell you, if I was in the Boston area, whether you want me to or not, I would be round. I would be round, let me tell you. I'd be there. I'd bring the crew with us as well. And then everyone could join us and enjoy the 100-inch screen that you've got. Are you inviting anyone round, or are you literally going to be watching it on your own?
I don't know if I have space yet. I need to figure out because I have the desk here, and it's not a lot of space.
Yeah.
Like the bed not being here is good, but the projector has to be here.
Do you know what might be fun?
So,
beanbag.
What? I was thinking that.
Was you thinking that?
I was researching beanbags, trying because I still got an extra 8 on my stimulus, and figuring out beanbags that don't, because I don't want to buy a beanbag and then a year later it's like a flat futon. I already have a futon. I want a beanbag that survives a couple WrestleMania seasons. So we'll see what happens.
It reminds me, when I was a kid, I had a WWF beanbag.
Where is it?
Legit. I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it went. I didn't sell it to Austin. It was a beanbag that I got from a car boot, which straight away is a bit dodgy. I don't know if that's the best place to be buying beanbags. Like, I'm not sure that kids should be getting secondhand beanbags, but I did get this secondhand beanbag
from Savers.
Not from hang on. Not from Savers. I really need a klaxon noise whenever we say Savers. But no, this was a beanbag, and it had like Warrior on. I think it might even have had British Bulldog on and Hogan and everything. And when you zipped it up, there was literally just the beans, just like the polystyrene balls in there. There wasn't in any kind of protective covering. So, like, if you were really young, you could eat them or something. I mean, thankfully I wasn't, but
yeah,
I don't know. That didn't strike me as. Is that normal for beanbags? Do we know? Are they just literally you would zip it open and there they are?
Yeah, I think so.
That is normal. I thought they'd be in like some kind of plastic container. I don't know. I didn't expect to dissect a beanbag on this stream, but that's exactly what we've done. That's exactly what we've done.
Hall of Fame, we got to talk about the Hall of Fame. So
yeah, I don't think people mind us talking about WWF beanbags. I think that's people are all right with that.
No, it's related.
Well, I don't care if they're not, to be honest. Ducky said, "Will the honourable mention section be there this year, like the one that Bruiser Brody was in?" Keep up the amazing work, Ducky. Shout out to you. Honourable mention section, like for people that we've lost over the past 12 months? I would imagine so. And maybe actually Shad gets a mention there. They have done that before where we do, and just think of the names that we've lost. Pat Patterson.
Yeah.
Pat Patterson definitely will get a mention. Brody, Luke Harper, he'll get a mention. Yeah, surely they will do that. Do you know what? Actually, there's more to tonight than what I first thought. I never really thought about that. That's a great point, Ducky. I never really thought about that. That there's going to be in my mind, it's just the speeches and that's it. But I think if there is going to be like the honourable mention thing as well, then there's maybe a little bit more there, because will they do that twice? Because there's actually 2 separate shows. There's one for 2020 and one for 2021. So everyone that we lost in 2020, will they? What, you don't want to do that?
No, it's going to be tough.
Oh yeah, too much of a downer.
Yeah.
I can't even remember who passed away in 2020 now. I don't know who would be in that list.
You want me to pull it up?
Well, do you know what? It's not really 2020, is it? Because isn't it? If you go from like Hall of Fame to Hall of Fame, it's kind of
everyone we just mentioned was 2020.
Yeah, but weren't they late?
So it would be 2019?
Yes, it would be like mid. It would be like end of 2019 to early 2020. And then late 2020 to early 2021. So anyone that's passed away since like WrestleMania 35 would get mentioned. Have you got a list there?
I have a list.
Who is it?
Do you want me to read them out?
Well, just a few.
King Kong Bundy, Mean Gene Okerlund.
Oh, Mean Gene. When did Mean Gene pass?
January 2nd, 2019.
No, because he would have been mentioned at WrestleMania 35. He would have been in the 2019 Hall of Fame. You need it after WrestleMania 35, so after like May onwards from 2019.
Then I don't know, we'll see tonight.
Kamala, when did Kamala pass?
It was during the summer. I remember it was like right around the time that Kamala Harris was announced as the running mate.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And I remember seeing a picture of him in a shirt that said Kamala for president. Yeah. And obviously, it's pronounced Kamala, I believe, or Kamala. Kamala, I think you pronounce her name.
I should probably look that up.
No, do you not know how it's right?
I thought it was Kamala.
No, it's not Kamala. It's Kamala. Kamala Harris.
Oh, you say it very fancy because you're British.
No, I said it because that's how you say her name.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I've made mistakes in my life, Daze. And, Creed's just spent £299 sterlings to get a hair reveal.
Oh, yes.
He said, show us that hair. Creed, is my video coming through? I'm not wearing a hat or anything like that.
Tommy, though, I did say that I would be tempted to do it.
You would?
Yeah, I did. Legitimately, I did. Do you know why? Because I took my hat off last night and I was like, do you know what? My hair looks all right, actually.
Yo.
Wow. And I can't cut this off because I am going straight into the Hall of Fame after this.
You are.
So I'm kind of thinking it's a really great way of just keeping people around.
Yo, speaking of keeping people around, I was on your Wikitubia, and it's been updated.
Has it?
Yeah, it talks about Wrestling Escape Pod. Let me pull it up.
Does it?
Yeah.
Who's updated that? In fact, I don't even know who set that up. I never go on. I don't even know what Wikitubia is, to be honest. But apparently there is a wrestling. Wait, is there not a separate Wrestling Escape Pod one?
No, I'm not. I'm not big enough. Wow. So there's a section. Also, it says, as of late, Daze has begun to review Fortnite figures. So it's very on top of things.
Yeah. That's super old.
So Wrestling Escape Podcast. April 3rd, 2020, Wrestling Daze started a new podcast with Tommy Toy Travels talking about a wide variety of wrestling topics.
Hang on, April 3rd.
Yeah. Is
This is our 1 year anniversary. Ah, and I'm wearing a suit.
We did it.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. We did
Yay! Yes.
it. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Look at this. I said it had been around 12 months. I didn't realize that it was the 3rd of April that we started. And here we are on the what, 6th now, 7th in the UK.
We finally did it.
Hey, get the popcorn machine ready.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on the way.
Get the singular chair.
Fire up the projector. We'll put on some old episodes of the pod.
Yeah.
We'll relive some of our best moments. Oh, hey, well done. Well done, you.
We did it, team. And it wouldn't have been done without all y'all, the WEP Nation.
No, it would. It would. Literally contributed nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true, actually. They've actually sent in video clips, haven't they? For those watching that don't normally watch me and Tommy, some of our favorite episodes have been where community members have sent in video clips, and we have a lot of fun with that. It is worth pointing out there is one person, though, that keeps threatening me if I don't watch Marvel, and that, of course, is Jennifer Lockhart and her daughter, Lorelai. And it has turned quite nasty in recent weeks, where it's got to the point now where I am actually being threatened with a hammer if I don't watch Marvel movies. And things have gotten worse, Tommy. Things have actually gotten worse. I have a video clip this week. I wasn't able to send it to you, Tommy, but this is it's only about 20 seconds long. And I'll play it for people now. This was sent by Jennifer Lockhart, and this is Lorelai.
Happy Easter. Did you wake Marvel yet?
I know you won't have seen that, right? And actually, it was a bit quiet, in all fairness. I think it was quiet anyway. But it was basically Lorelai with a hammer, an actual wooden hammer, saying, "Happy Easter. Do you like Marvel yet?" And she's standing there threatening me. So I am now being threatened by young children with actual hammers just because I don't watch Marvel.
I have something to say.
Please.
If you need time, if you need to stall, just tell Lorelai that you're thinking of upgrading to a projector and you're doing the research.
Yes.
Because you don't want to watch Marvel movies on your 14-inch laptop.
I really don't. I mean, in fairness, I don't want to watch them at all, because if anyone is
Don't
watching...
Don't say that, Dave.
Oh, right, yeah, no, sorry. I can't help it. They suck.
How do you know they suck if you've never seen them?
Because they do. Come on. I'm Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, God. Spider-Man didn't actually do that, did he? I think you'll find that Spider-Man in comic 287 actually turned out to be a woman. So it's wrong that Jim Carrey is playing him, because actually there's a female in that part of the franchise.
Peter Parker's clone. There was a female clone of Peter Parker who became Spider-Woman. But that was in the Ultimate Marvel universe, not the actual Marvel universe.
What do you mean? Aren't they the same thing?
Yeah. No. It's you got the Marvel universe.
I don't care. Oh my God, why do we keep coming back to this stupid subject? Sucks.
Well, Daze, if you read Spider-Man issue 583, you would have seen Barack Obama hanging out with Spider-Man, and then you'd understand.
That's pretty cool. I'll give him that. I'll probably read that comic. Nothing else, though.
Okay.
I never understand why Bella's complained. I've never understood why fans complained about Bella's going in the Hall of Fame too early. Oh. No one complained when Beth went in before trying to... Yeah, I don't think the order that they go in makes any difference to the Hall of Fame. As I said, I'm just over the moon that we are getting the British Bulldog going in right now. Is there anyone not in the Hall of Fame that you think should be in the Hall of Fame, Tommy? Oh, and people in the chat.
Great Khali.
Okay. I mean, that will change literally in
away.
Yeah, a couple of hours. So
yeah.
And actually, this is pre-recorded, so
well,
technically, is it?
Actually, enter when it airs. Like, let me go to WWE Hall of Fame. Let me see.
What, for the rules?
Yeah, I want to see when they are actually in it. Is it when they induct them at the ceremony, or is it like when the ceremony's shown?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I'm not too sure. I would imagine when they get the ring, isn't it? I would imagine like they're in. I would guess, but yeah, I kind of think there's a few names. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Big Van Vader isn't in the Hall of Fame. A name that gets mentioned a lot is Owen Hart, but of course his widow won't let Owen go in. So that's one that might go in the future, but I'm not sure. Don't hold your breath, kind of a thing. Tricky, isn't it? Tricky. Like, who else?
They don't even have like a section of the website that says they have a Hall of Fame news section, but nothing where you can like look through the actual Hall of Fame. This is really bothering me, Daze.
Well, Ducky asks, will there be a legacy wing this year? There could be. I mean, they do tend to do it, and the legacy wing is actually one of my favorite parts. I was talking about that earlier as well. The legacy is like people that have pioneered wrestling. So you get a lot of like 40s, 50s people that go in.
Some more like the Cauliflower Alley type of Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so you're like, I think Gorgeous George. No, I can't remember if Gorgeous George got a proper, I think he might have had a proper induction, thinking about it. But he was obviously a 40s and 50s wrestler. But, Ed Strangler Lewis, Tom Farmer Burns. I think for some reason they put Lord Alfred Hayes in via the legacy. Hackenschmidt went in. Gotch went in. Like those kind of names went in via the legacy. And I think they're fascinating. They're names that really don't ever get spoken about enough, to be honest. So I would hope that there would be. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Both classes only run for about an hour and a half, so I'm not sure there's going to be that much time.
It's 3 hours tonight?
It's 3 hours, yeah, because it's two classes.
You're going to be up till 11 o'clock my time? That's late.
Yes. I'm just looking at the schedule right now, and Takeover Stand and Deliver, like the build, because of course that's tomorrow, NXT. We should have done let me read out some of these names that are getting thrown in for who should go in the Hall of Fame, and then maybe we should do quick predictions for NXT. Yeah,
after 50 matches though.
We'll go super quick.
Okay,
right. Right. Jordan says John Cena should go in. Tommy Toy Travels should go in, says the Senate. Yeah, bit of Tommy love. Monica says Nancy Benoit should go in. Absolutely. That's a brilliant shout. Obviously, she was known as Woman as well. So when she was over in, I think it was early WCW, but she actually did a lot in wrestling, not just being Benoit's wife, of course. So, yeah, it's a great shout. Cena, says Patrick. Butterbean should go in as the legend because of WrestleMania 15 and the Brawl for All. Butterbean's a great shout. Zeus, Haystacks, the Mountie, Bad News Brown. I'm loving these. I'm loving it. I've said, how many times have I said, Tommy, that this community is the lifeblood of this podcast? I say it time after time after time after time. So
it's true. And Going Ghost did drop 2 pounds to say Brooklyn Baller and Paul Heyman. So I want to shout that out.
Yeah. Brooklyn Brawler should absolutely go in. I love when the Hall of Fame honors people that deserve to be honored, but maybe you don't expect. Like I really love Titus going in. I think he deserves it. He probably won't go in the Hall of Fame anyway. So I love the fact that he's going in. And Brooklyn Brawler is someone that competed for 30-odd years. He was the king of the jobbers, but he did so much for wrestling. He gave his life to wrestling. He absolutely deserves a Hall of Fame ring. So I think that's a great shout as well. Paul Heyman going in is also a great shout. Kamala! Of course Kamala should go in.
Yeah.
Of course Kamala should go in. Yeah. See? I love this community. Right. Let me quickly jump over and we will do super quick NXT predictions. We're just going to blast down the matches. Obviously, 2 days of NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver. So quite a few matches, as you've rightfully said. So, right. 10 matches in total. So, First up, Io Shirai taking on Raquel Gonzalez. Do you think Io retains? Or do you think we get a new champ? You going Raquel?
No, I said Io.
Oh, you said Io? Okay. I'm going to go Raquel because I think there's a chance Io may go to the main event, the main roster.
Okay. To main event?
Main event. Nice. She's going to main event. This is the main event of night one.
Okay.
Next, we've got MSK versus Grizzled Young Veterans versus Legado del Fantasma. Triple threat for the vacant NXT tag titles.
Fantasma.
You think Fantasma? That's a decent shout, actually. That's a decent shout because they have got the Cruiserweight title with Escobar, so they could get the tag titles. I'll go MSK. It might be too soon for MSK, but I really like them, so I'll go MSK. Right, next we've got a 6-man gauntlet match. Winner will go on to face Johnny on night 2. So this is Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Swerve versus Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Dexter Lumis versus LA Knight. LA Knight, of course, is going to be coming in last, and he is Eli Drake.
You go first. This is a tough one.
I'll go LA Knight.
All right, I'll go Cameron Grimes.
Oh, good pick. He's been getting quite a push, so that's a good pick. Right, next up for the NXT UK Championship, Volta taking on Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
I know.
Walter.
Okay. I agree as well. And then the final match on night 1 is Pete Dunne versus Kushida. No titles on the line. Just straight up great match. Pete Dunne versus Kushida.
Pete Dunne.
That's like a dream match, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. Pete Dunne for both. Right, day 2, Balor versus Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship.
Is Karrion Kross? I'll go Karrion Kross.
I'm going to agree. I think Karrion becomes the new champion. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Adam Cole.
I'm going to go O'Reilly because I think Cole could go to the main roster.
True.
Johnny Gargano versus the Gauntlet winner. So you went with Cameron Grimes. I went with LA Knight. This is for the North American Championship.
I'm going to go LA Knight.
Hang on, you can't. You said Grimes. So hang on, who do you think's winning this match that you've said is Gargano versus Cameron Grimes?
Hey, Daze, I'm going 2 different names just in case.
So hang on. See, you're legitimately saying LA Knight is going to win this match that you've predicted will be between Cameron Grimes and Johnny Gargano?
If I go Cameron Grimes and he loses, then I lost twice. If I go someone else and Cameron Grimes loses, I still have another chance.
Do you know what? It's quite clever. It's quite clever. I'm going to give you that. Jordan Devlin taking on Santos Escobar to unify the Cruiserweight Championships.
Escobar.
Escobar. Yeah, I'll go Escobar. And the final one, Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart versus The Way, which is Candice and Indy Hartwell. This is for the women's tag titles.
The Way.
I'll go The Way as well. And with that being said, the Hall of Fame
I'll go The Way.
Is about to begin.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Boom. Right. Tommy, thank you so much for joining us. Big shout out for you coming over here to this different channel. I think we've reached out to a whole new audience, and hopefully we'll get some new friends on we don't even know when the next one's going to be, do we?
No, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Oh, man, I wish I could say join us next.
What's next time?
Yeah, next time on the Wrestling. Go over to the Wrestling Escape Pod channel if you're not subscribed. Hit the subscribe and subscribe to Tommy's channel as well, because as we said, I would love to see that hit 100,000. That plaque is on the way, Tommy.
Yeah, I'll put the plaque where the projector goes. So
yeah, look at this.
During WrestleMania, you'll have to see the plaque.
You could add a plaque to that room that we know has got a projector, a futon, a picture of a dog, no bed. Tommy's had to stand throughout this whole thing, but you could help add a plaque to that wall. So, and I did say as well before we go, I did say I would do the hair reveal.
You did, yeah.
I'll do it.